Good evening, YouTube. Had a lot of stuff come in. Not a whole lot, but a little bit come in the last 2 days that I want to share with you, including a graded card. A lot of short prints, super short prints, and we'll get right into it. This first lot of cards actually all came from the same seller. This is one of the sellers, and I've talked about this in some of my other videos, that had a 50% off sale. This guy, it was 6 or more items, and I'm looking at what he had available in that. And this one caught my eye, and this is what made me end up buying this whole lot worth of cards. There's a lot of people that collect Mother's Day uh, issue pink cards, as well as those that collect Father's Day, camo, um, Independence Day, all these different, rare serial numbered inserts. Well, this was a Mother's Day pink. It's numbered to 50. This is from 70th anniversary tops. It's Howie Kendrick with the Nationals. Now, this is not somebody that I would normally collect, but I will always be interested for, adding a serial number that short, Mother's Day pink, into my collection, because I realize how many people collect these. The resale value on these is usually pretty good, and most sellers on eBay actually would have something like this asking way more than $3, which was what the asking price the seller had on this. A lot of people will ask more for a Mother's Day pink, just because there's a lot of collectors that might be Nick, but there's a lot of Nick collectors that will jump on Mother's Day, Father's Day cards. Well, that right there being $3, I was able to get it for $1.50 by picking out 5 other cards to go with it. Then, after finding that, I'm thinking, well, maybe he's got some more, short print cards, worthy of throwing in this, to get this. But unfortunately, he didn't. So it came down to me settling for adding a few, nothing real big cards for my Guardians, Cleveland Indians Guardians collection. The first one here I'll share with you is full board, just a standard full green full board. It is serial numbered to 499, and serial numbered right here on the back. And it's a pretty card. Peyton Battenfield never really amounted to anything in Cleveland, but nice card for my, Cleveland PC. It is serial numbered, like I said. So that right there, I didn't mind, and all these other cards the guy had listed for like a buck to a buck and a quarter. So getting them for 50% off really is not that big a deal to me for what they are. To me, this is a card that if I went to the flea market and a dealer at the flea market had, it would probably be in a quarter, even a 10-cent box. So, but I wanted the Kendrick card, at half price. So that's how I get suckered in sometimes. Like to get that card, one card for $1.50, end up buying some cards that I really pay more than I feel like I should. Here's another one. I've got at least 10 of these. Now I've got another. X-Fractor 2022 tops, Franmil Reyes. This is the type of card that I'd usually pull out of a quarter box from a local dealer or something. Same thing with these two. These two I tacked on just to finish out. I could not find anything that I wanted. He didn't have any other good serial number cards really, or anything, that I could even felt like would be worth grabbing to, potentially resell. So two regular standard 2022 tops, refractors of Fran Mill. Yeah, I was also in the middle of doing that. I had Fran Mill on my mind looking for different variations and ended up just tacking those on. What I really should have done, he did have, which to tell you the truth, Shane Bieber is no longer with Guardians now after the recent trade, but Bieber has been injured so much in his career, he's never going to end up being a Hall of Famer, I don't think. So his refractors really, even though on the surface to me he's more of a star caliber player than Fran Mill, at the same time, at Fran Mill, nothing more than a year and a half favorite here in Cleveland, fan favorite. But the only other refractors he really had of any value to that were Guardians, or refractors at all for that matter, of Guardians in that sale, was some Shane Biebers and I just chose the Fran Mill. And the last card to fill out the set is just a base paper rookie card of Jason Dominguez, who I feel like is actually, a lot of people were upset that it put a lot of money into this guy's cards. To me, the guy's having a, decent year. He's not fell flat on his face like a Jared Kelenic or, Dylan Cruz. So, I mean, Give the kid a break. I've seen more people on, online bashing this guy, saying he's a bust, he's a bust, he's a bust. So he's not Babe Ruth. Did anybody ever really think he was going to be the next Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig like the scouts were saying he was, 3 or 4 years ago? I mean, come on. The guy is on a, winning team, playing a role. He played a role, so far this year. He's hit for a solid, decent average. Yeah, metrics say he's playing a little bit above his head, but at the same, if you look at his stat cast and all that, but at the same time, he's done a decent job. He's not hitting 150 like Jared Kelenic did when he first got called up. So give him a break. Um, Also, this right here was a purchase from. I normally will do searches at times looking for short print variations of cards at cheap prices because you never know when somebody's going to pop one up. Now, Kevin Newman is nothing more than a journeyman middle infielder, you would say, but this is a serial number to 35 right there on the back, Prism. So I jumped on this because somebody listed this at a buy it now price on eBay for $1.65. So I jumped on it, number to 35. Now that's lower, than 50, but it's not 25 or less, which I normally jump on. But I just figured I would grab this. This would be a nice card, I said, to throw in like a pirate slot down the road, because this is when he was still, But at the same time, that's just me. If I see something fit, serial numbered low like that, and it's cheap price, why not take a chance on it? And even if I don't, even if I end up keeping it, anything that's not Guardians or Yankees, in my collection, it needs to be something like this, very short, super short print. And I'm fine with that, even though that's not tops, anything that's short serial numbered. Down the road, I should be able to at least get my money back, is the way I look at it if I wanted to sell it. I had this come in. This is just a nice card for the PC. This is from 2012 Panini Cooperstown, and it is just a, uh, basically a photo of a baseball signed by Mickey Mantle that is in the, displayed in the Hall of Fame. Here's the back of that card, and it's a very nice card. And no, I can't remember what I gave for it, but it wasn't. It couldn't have been more than a couple of bucks because I would have never paid more than that. But I thought would be cool just to throw in the Yankee piece part of my piece. Now this right here was a lot. Okay, all the same player, and it is a player that a lot of people are going to be like, who? He is still in the majors. I can't remember who he's in the majors with. Not with Philadelphia though, but Luke Williams right here, and this is a red serial number to 5. And the serial number is right there on the front bottom corner right there, and got a PSA 9. And I pretty much bought this lot because of the fact that I'm a sucker for super short prints. Even though this is a common player, it isn't a PSA slab. 9 is a good grade, and there's only 5 in existence. So there'll be some big time Philadelphia collector out there that down the road that may be interested in that. And at the same time, anything numbered to 5 and in a PSA slab, I don't care who the player is. If it's that short of a print and it's in a PSA slab, it's a nice addition to your collection. And the other cards that were in this lot, I've never even took the tape off of them since I opened it. This is the same player, Luke Williams autograph. And here's the back of that. Now I say it's his autograph, that is if this isn't some of those autographs that Topps faked, that PSA is refusing to authenticate now because of Topps' fake autographs. Anyway, here's another one, and this is from, I believe, yeah, this is from Donruss Panini. But this looks pretty much close to the autograph down here on the other card. Then I got this. This right here is a Bim Baller, Topps Bim Baller. You can see there at the top corner. Serial numbered short print of 199. It's serial numbered on the back. Green refractor. And then I got this one right here. This is the same card as the red, only this is a green version. And this one is serial number 299 on the front. Right there, just green variation. It's not a refractor. And then this one is, I do believe this one is a refractor, and it's numbered to 99 with an auto. So nice little lot there, and I got that lot for less than what it costed whoever graded this card to get it graded. Actually, a lot less than what who because I sent a best offer on this, and this was not a very expensive lot at all, not for a PSA 9. And I know it's because who is Luke Williams? Well, he's a guy that you have to be pretty darn good to get to the majors in the first place. And like I said, I've always been an autograph collector. I don't know if, and then short print serial numbers, not numbered to 99 is nice, but anything numbered to 5 and already graded, hey, and I got it for less than, I got it for less, this whole lot for less than it would have costed to send this card, one card to SGC, much less PSA. So I'm really thrilled with this. This was a bargain lot. Somebody had just decided apparently that they wanted to get rid of these cards. So I jumped on it when I seen it. And then this right here is going to shock you. The eBay shill bidder that was located right here in Ohio, not far from me. He never updated the tracking. So it looked to me like the item, he just wasn't going to ship anything, but that's the shill bid seller is only like a couple of cities. He's not very far, like maybe a 45-minute drive from me. That come in the mailbox. He did ship the mini, and it is numbered to 25. I did need that for the Guardians team set, pink mini. So the shill bidder did send the card, which that's awesome. I needed it for the team set. I really did not think he would. I knew he was mad. So, that I reported him for the shill bidding. And one more update on that, by the way. The I had a viewer reach out to me and tell me that I should try going on eBay and going on Facebook and contacting eBay through Facebook, that they usually gave a better and quicker response than trying to contact or report anything through the eBay website. So I went on Facebook, I found the eBay page, and I sent a message, messaged eBay. And I got a response from someone named Leonard. If that is a real person, I don't know. It may be a bot for all I know. But they messaged me back and wanted to confirm that I was wanting to report shill bidding. And I said, yes, that's why. And I attached to the message all those, screenshots. I even attached a link to the first video I shared here on YouTube that showed the shill bidding, that I was showing examples of. And he come back and he said, like maybe about 5 minutes after I, answered yes, that's what I wanted to do. He comes back and he was like, you won't get any kind of response about an outcome or anything else, which, it's eBay. But he told me that if he had my permission, that he would forward everything I sent to him in message to eBay's security team or something like that. Can't remember now, but I was just like, sure, go ahead. Now, honestly, to me, I'm betting it's nothing, but nothing's done. But then the reason I say that is because the same seller, I already seen when I looked at another item. I looked up through this purchase, me winning that auction. I looked up and he had auctions going off each of the last 2 days that he had already was shill bidding people up, like he did me on that. But it taught me a valuable lesson. Never, never, ever again. I don't care who it is. And this is a seller, sadly, that I've bought cards from several times in the past. Like I said, he's located not that far from me, about 45-minute drive from where I live. And I never realized, I never had a reason to look at anything. But I looked to see, I'm thinking, how many people am I bidding against? Because all of a sudden it just started jumping. And it was a shill bidder, with zero feedback. So what can you do? eBay doesn't care. But I learned one lesson. From now on, if I bid on anything that's an auction, at all. I will not be at all until 10 seconds left in that auction. And if I can't be online when that auction is ending, I don't need it. It's plain and simple. I don't need it because I buy too much crap as it is anyway that I don't need just for my, that just because, well, if I, they're having a sale, I'm as bad as my girlfriend. I really am. Roseanne. I mean, what I mean is like, women, how guys always say women are with a sale. Like they go in a store, oh, they're having a sale. They're having a sale for 40% off. So I need to buy some clothes, even though I don't need any clothes, just because they're having a sale for 40% off. Well, I get on a website, I see, oh man, this guy's got like 50% off if you buy 6 cards. But then I can't find but one card I really want. So I'll just buy some junk refractors that I can throw in my Guardians PC that at least fit with my collection. Never mind the fact that I've already got them all, and the ones I already have, I paid like 25 cents a piece at a card shop. But that's how that honestly that's how marketing gets you. And yeah, the idea is, yeah, I could make money on that down the road, if I wanted to flip it. And if not, it's a really nice addition to my collection. But at the same time, I'm overpaying for this other stuff just to get that at a cheaper price. So technically, to me, I really paid the $3 for that, which are still room for profit, honestly, from somebody. There's so many people that really go after these things. But I basically got these for the cheaper price and paid the $3 for that. That's how I really am looking at that. But anyway, that's all my mail that came in. I'm happy to get that short print too, but this is the nicest card I had come in, that Mickey Mantle. How is that not the nicest card I had come in? I like that better than I do that PSA number to 5, because this right here, this is what it really, it's easy to get caught up in flipping cards or looking at potential. See, I'm not necessarily thinking about wanting to flip something immediately. I'm always thinking about investment potential down the road, and trying to use my knowledge, being in the hobby since the 80s, of what seems to hold value and what doesn't. And the more rare something is, there tends to be a lot easier time to sell that, especially if you can get it cheap. So, that right there, though, to me, that's for my PC. But then a lot of this stuff like this, even though it was very dirt cheap for a super short print, that is more like, do I really care about a Kevin Newman card in my PC? No, I don't. If he was a Guardian, I would be super stoked to get a short print to 35 like that of a Guardian player, no matter who it was, for my PC. But because that was numbered to 35, I jump on it at a cheap price, and then I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, where am I going to put it now? This is going to go into the probable resale. At the same time, if I don't resell it, that's still a nice card to keep because it's short print. And down the road, I'm sure, I could always get my money back at selling it later. But that's the thing. And really and truly, I'm at a point where I'm starting to think, instead of going after stuff like all this crap because it's a good deal. See, that's where I get in trouble, is the bargain. I get on some, I'm like, I look at something, I see something, I'm like, hey, that right there is cheap because I can make money on that. Or, that right there, that whole lot of cards, the one card in the lot is worth, more than what the guy's even asking for the entire lot, which was the case with this. And then I'm like, I'll buy that. Then I get it, and I'm sitting here, and I'm like, now I got to sell this crap because I don't really want to keep it. But at the same time, if I had to keep it, keeping that's fine. But then I got all the, like, do I really want these, you know, cards that, yeah, it's nice, they come with it, but they're not my team. Do I really want them? Not really. So sometimes it's best to just collect what you love and just let the rest go.